Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to season number 4 of Nemesis Gaming League. We got a hype night tonight. A lot of people in the chat hanging out. We got the Novice Draft kicking things off to start off our season 4 here, and I am joined by some of the ordinary guys here. We got C Money and Cooking Bagels. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Ready to see all the novices fight over who they want in chat.
C Money, the streamer for tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Besides, my mic is picking up mouth breathing again, so bear with
Oh
that
no,
momentarily
Oh
while
no,
I
not mouth breathing.
mute
no
myself.
mouth breathing.
I'm gonna mute myself in and out until I get it fixed. Don't worry, guys. I got you this time.
Just push
I
it,
mean,
talk. Push it, talk.
it's really nose breathing, but I just like calling it a mouth breather just because it's more derogatory that way.
I'm literally like holding
Is
my
it?
breath while I fix this.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we're gonna give a couple of quick shout outs. The stream just started, but we got a couple of amazing shout outs to give. Shout out, I got Bagels in the call here. Thank you, Bagels, for the 7-month resub, and also shout out to Merely for the 6 month. And we also got to give another huge shout out to Poseidon, a new GM for this season, for season number 4, taking over for Chipmunk, who is actually his AGM. So it's a little bit of interesting situation there. But this man donated $100 to Nemesis for the prize pool this season. So let's get some hype for Poseidon here. Let's get some big hype in chat for him. So yeah, and also shout out Benji, converted a Prime Gaming sub to a Tier 1 sub. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but thank you, Benji.
Benji, I think that actually means we get less money now. I'm
The-
not gonna lie. Take it back, Benji. Take it back.
He says he takes it back. But anyways, Hype Train's going to shout out Poseidon there for the Tier 1 sub. Much love. Let's get this thing rolling. I would say we got a lot to talk about. A lot to look at here. Let's just get things going right away here. With putting Ignite on the clock. And yeah, Pickles. There's obviously last season it was an adventure, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, excuse my language, but anything in regarding to Novice League will be and will always be a shit show.
Yeah, it was an interesting season in Novice. A lot of the younger people usually they're always around there. But it was interesting. Acceleration took home the dub for the season. It was a good season though, and we actually got our first pick already out in chat. There's Psychonautic, a legendary caster for Nemesis. He's the first one off the board for Ignite.
That's definitely a solid pickup right there. I was kind of expecting that. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the team that he wanted to go to, but either way, I had a feeling he would go first, second, or third for sure. We do got some more subs in chat with Alpha, Cowtarded, and our own resident COVID Reaper in chat as well.
COVID Reaper. Yeah, Bubbly. He said he's doing better though. He said he's doing better today, so that's good. He does have COVID, but Bubbly's feeling better. Give some love to Bubbly in the chat and to Cowtard and Alpha for the subs, and also Kan is just going in here. He made a couple moves. We don't even get to really talk about the storylines. These guys just kind of go in. But Kan has made some off-season moves, Bagels, and he has picks number 2, 3, and 5 for this season.
Indeed. And he just picked or they just went through the second pick of Ak Bachman, and then they just got Nemesis right after that. And I think everybody really wanted Nemesis, so that's kind of unfortunate.
That is,
I think I'm
yeah.
up.
Bagels is now on the clock for the Wisps here, but yeah, you guys can see on the stream there a couple people already getting picked. You guys can kind of see how the rosters are shaping out there. C-Money's got the whole thing set up. You can see the list of the draftees on the left side there, and then the picks kind of in the left middle, and then the entire teams there and the picks that they have remaining, and then we got the scrolling ticker on the top for the picks that have been made. C-Money will be updating that as we go as well. But
To the best of
but
my
yeah,
capabilities.
to the best of his ability. He's working on it. You got to give some love to C-Money. It's not easy necessarily to always run a stream, so got to give a huge shout out to him. But yeah, okay. It looks like
On
things
the
have
bright
slowed
side,
down.
the mouth breathing's fixed. All right.
Perfect, dude. Discord noise suppression, crisp noise suppression.
That only works in Discord. It does not work for stream.
Oh, that's true. You are on stream too. That would be
For
Rocker
anybody
Man bad.
having mouth breathing issues because your mic kind of sucks because your dog takes the filter off of it, um, it's the compressor is the one to go to. All right, just
Okay,
change your
there we go.
threshold to like -5. Works every time.
Everybody knows that. Also, Simone, I think we're having that issue again where it's cutting it off at 40 because you're gonna be typing these names and they're gonna be longer. So you might have to shrink the font a little bit as you go. But that's a side note. A side note to Simone here. So yeah, look at this. We've already got a couple picks. Bagels is thinking. He's gone to the think tank. I respect that because it slows things down just a little bit for us. Allows us to talk a little bit about these moves. So yeah, Kane has made some moves, and now he's got two players on his roster for diffusion. They struggled a little bit last season, but he's made some moves here with Nemesis RL and Ak Bachman there. 1187 for Nemesis, 1130 for Ak Bachman, and that's a pretty solid start. I know Kan. He told me, or I heard through the grapevine that Kan he was making some big moves this season for Novice and Prospect, and he was kind of selling his soul away for Novice and Prospect. So we're really gonna have to see how that turns out for him this
I
season.
don't understand that logic at all. He's literally putting all his eggs into the most inconsistent basket.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
he
not
got rid
sure.
of all of his first rounds and even some of his second rounds in the other league to, you know, put them all in novice for no reason.
Now that's worth a novice win is the best win. Just
it
saying.
it kind of I feel like it would be kind of a solid win. You're not really it's so inconsistent that you never know what can happen. I feel like that might be you could feel a little bit more successful there with that. But yeah, picks are coming in. They're coming in hot and heavy here as people just keep going in. Bagels, you picked up Rhodey here with your pick for the Wisps. What is the mindset with Rhodey here?
Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
We can hear you.
my was dying for a second. Uh, I didn't quite catch what heard, but I'm sure we were talking crap about Can, which I'm okay with.
No, no,
Um,
we're asking
Wait,
you about
I
your
asked. I
pick.
actually asked you a question. I asked you about
oh, about
Rhodey.
okay, well, Rhodey was on my team for a decent length of time before he eventually got traded. I'm not sure if he had any plans to go somewhere, so I'm sorry if I ruined anything. I've been an extremely busy man. I can't keep on top of all the novice drama, but I'm gonna pick him up again.
Oh,
Oh,
Genesis is
there we
on the
go.
clock. Somebody snipe. I hope somebody sniped these picks before this man puts
Uh,
in his number 7 here.
we did have a couple of ideas here. Now that was my turn. I am on the clock. Well, we got a couple of picks that came through here pretty quickly. So Pan, he's got his third pick on the board here. He's going with Snowy Wolf, who I also heard is another really solid player. So he's got Nemesis, Ak Bachman, and Snowy Wolf on the board. I heard some good things about all three of those people through Novice League tryouts, and I also heard good things about Rogue, who goes to Kiwis here with the Kiwis pick. So. I've heard some good things. Heard some good things around the league about some novices. There were a lot of novice tryouts this season. I know that.
Well, I know for sure that all the novices were crying for them in the free agent channel, so I guess the GMs had to deliver.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. As four classic four in chat saying he'll 1v3 any novice team. Honestly, four could probably 1v3 a rival team if he really wanted to. But I mean, props to four for throwing it out there.
You got to respect. You got to flex on him a little bit. Show him why he's like 2100 or whatever his whatever his peak may be up there. Um, But yeah, Rogue also going to Kiwis. Good pick. I'm also slowing things down a little bit. I think I have my pick, but slowing things down a little bit to talk about these. So Kiwis, looking with Oxy Drip 1187. That's a name change. I can't remember what the name change is from. I think he was a captain last season. I don't know if anyone remembers the Kiwis captain from last season. But I know that was a name change. But yeah, also picking up Rogue there, so they're looking pretty decent as well. The Kiwis looking to make moves. And now I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick here. Fortunately, we had a couple backups. I got to give a shout out to my GM assistant GM Mirley. He's not here. He's at the doctors. What a guy. But he did a lot of novice tryouts, and Jaegers helped him out as well. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Ragnar here, Ragnarok, otherwise known as Konsu from last season. Um, and yeah, we're taking him. We're taking him to Genesis with Oni and Zverns. Looking to make some moves. Looking to make some moves this season. So we're going with him for our pick here.
I don't know too much about him, but I actually want to go back to the, I don't want to give Kane too much credit here, but maybe all the eggs in one basket might pay off for him because I mean, I've heard good things about Snowy Wolf. I don't really know anything about Ak Bachman other than he participated in one of the community tournaments, and I know Nemesis was definitely a hot commodity. So, I mean, could be Can's chance to shine. I mean, not that winning a novice championship is the be all end all in Nemesis, but I mean, it's something.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, it's a move to sell out for one league. I know there have been quite a few GMs of the past who have sold out for a certain league and kind of said, okay, let's not worry about these leagues and let's focus on these two or these other three. And yeah, that's Can's move this season. It seems like focus on novice and prospect. Let the other leagues, do as they may, and however it lies, it lies. I know I did that a couple of times. Obviously, the goal is if you could to get all your teams to win the championship. That's obviously the main goal. But sometimes you gotta trade off when you're GMing 5 leagues. It's a little bit of a trade off, a little bit difficult to be really good in all of the leagues.
Yeah, and now Benji picking up Radio King, who was on my team last season for a very short period of time, but he did make a lot of improvement over the off season, and now we're talking about novice championships a second ago. We got Benji who retained Cosme and Slays on his
Ooh.
roster, now adding Radio King. Might
Oof.
be a battle. I mean, a little early to call, but it might be a battle between diffusion and acceleration for that grand final spot.
Yeah, we also missed a quick pick. Coutarded is going in the pawns there with Sugar, so that's a solid pickup. I heard some good things about him. He's been around. I think that's Clubley's brother, maybe older brother,
I
younger
think it is.
brother.
Yes.
Older brother, I think. Yeah, so the Chloe's older brother going to the pawns there, and yeah, but yeah, that's a good point right there. As acceleration, Cosme and Slays, the defending champions for the first ever Novice League championship from last season, they're coming back, and now Radio King as well. They got 1007 to work with on their roster, but looking looking pretty solid there. I will have to agree with you, Bagels. That could be dangerous there in the Western Conference, but yeah, it looks like acceleration diffusion, at least at the moment, with how the picks are lying right now, seem like the front runners for that conference.
I would like to say this is probably the fastest portion of the draft I've ever seen in my 3 seasons here.
It has been going pretty quick.
I mean, the more tryouts there are, the more people know for sure what they want, I guess. So.
hmm I could slow it down a little bit. I know C Money is rapidly typing, so that's why I haven't thrown it to you too much because I know you gotta
No,
get
it's
these people
it's
on there.
it's all good. I've got a system now. I can
Okay.
update it without having to update it, if that makes sense. So I can just type it in and it works. It doesn't make me force update.
You know what? I'm not gonna question you. C Money, he's a master of the craft over here, the master streamer there. A couple of quick shout outs here. Countarded gifting a sub to Clubly, maybe confirming our suspicions about their relation with each other there. So that's awesome. Countarded gifting a tier 1 to Clubly, and four Beast subbing for 3 months with Prime. Thank you for that. Yeah, also Bubbly says he's rapidly typing too, as he has to find people on on the PRF and change their role from draftee to player. That's actually something cool that we did this season. It's more of a back end thing, but on our sheet, on our Google sheet, Bubbly actually put a lot of work to update that. So now basically the public player sheet is automated, which is really awesome. Saves mods a lot of time. So shout out Bubbly for that. Um, and yeah, a couple picks coming in though now. As we see, nitrous oxide is going to the Vikings, and then Lynx they're picking get some dis for their pick.
You
But
gotta say
I'm
it faster so it sounds better. You slow it down, it just sounds like you're having trouble speaking. But you say it fast, like get some dis. You know, you sound kind of. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a better term than cussing on stream. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. I get it. I get it. I get it. Um, but yeah, get some of this going to the Lynx there, and looking at the Lynx roster, they're actually a couple updates with the format for this season. So the Lynx, they actually are now moving to the Eastern Conference for this season. So that's a little bit of a change from last season. They are moving over from the West as we now have 10 teams in each league. So, and we're actually switching back to that the old season 2 format, Bagels here, where we're going to have an interesting playoff system this season with 5 teams in each conference. So no more divisions this season. Going back to the straight up conferences and 18 games on the season. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out this season.
Yeah, I mean, definitely an emphasis on winning those 2 conferences to put yourself in the 1 and 2 spot. But I mean, anything can happen. But I mean, history has shown in the past that anybody coming out of that 3-4 matchup has not had that much of a chance. But at the end of the day, anything's possible, especially on the lower leagues, where last season we saw across the board, season 3 was the most competitive season we've had, with many of the playoff matches going to at least game 6 or more. So season 1 and season 2 kind of had a few dominating teams, but now that we have this many teams and the competitiveness is at an all-time high, I think we could definitely see some more upsets in these playoff matches.
Yeah, we could, and I actually really enjoy this format. As much as the single elim with 8 teams was good last season, I actually really enjoy this type of format for this season. It's different. If you guys aren't aware of what it looked like for season 2, basically the conference champions get the 1 and the 2 seed, and they get an automatic bye to the semifinals. And then the other spots in each conference, there are 2 wildcard winners in each conference, and those guys will be seeded from 3 to 6 seed. And the 3-4 matchup, number 3 seed takes on number 4 seed, and loser of that actually gets double elim there, and 5 and 6 have to battle their way through the bracket. It's actually a really interesting bracket. You can read more through it in the rule book, but I think it'll spice things up with that double elim on 3-4, and then it really puts an emphasis on winning your conference. As if you win your conference, then you only have to win 2 matches and you win the season. So it's a lot. It's a lot of emphasis on the regular season for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
you see
need, I
money
need
just
you
as you.
to, I need you to elaborate a little bit more, C Money, while I'm looking at this.
Bagels is on the clock right
Oh,
now for the
Bagels
Wisp.
is on the clock.
He's
Sorry,
on the
Bagels.
clock.
I didn't. I don't know who's who. Okay. I'm new here. I just pressed this start stream button.
he,
That's about
he
all
just
I.
he just types.
I just type.
He just types there. Yeah, Hot Wheels off the board there. That might be a nice pick too. I remember a lot of talk about Hot Wheels at the last draft. He's going to the Vikings. Maybe we could talk a little about that while Bagels is pondering his life choices. Is now he's got Rhodey is the only one on his roster. He's got a couple picks to use there. With some cap room remaining.
I
I've
mean,
already
Hot
been
Wheels better
spammed
be
and
pretty good because like Hot Wheels is the only car to get its own movie.
Wait,
You don't?
Hot Wheels has a movie?
Yeah, there's Hot Wheels the
they
movie.
absolutely do.
I was unaware. I was
When I
unaware.
mean, have you ever heard of Ford the movie? About a truck?
Ford. I know about cars. Like cars, like Lightning McQueen.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. I'm getting word from the higher ups. Be right back.
He's getting a
The
word for the
the
higher ups.
higher ups being his wife, yeah.
His wife. Say, shut up, C Money.
That is
Yeah,
exactly what the higher ups have said. Can confirm.
get confirmed. Unfortunate there. But Bengals pick is in. He's going with Rays TV here. Bengals, what's the thought process here?
There is absolutely no thought process.
Oh no. Oh no.
If he's
That
got
not,
T,
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't paid any attention to Novice, and I've already been spammed in DMs about how Rhodey apparently wanted to be on another team. But you know what? I'm sorry. You don't have a contract or anything, so you're mine for now.
hey, all I'm
Uh,
saying though is I'd say Rays TV is a good pick, but anybody that has TV in their name tends to get sweated on more so than anybody else.
He'll just have
I
to return fire with his own sweat, dude.
I just prefer to sweat on people with TV in their name versus anybody else.
he's gotta sweat back. Sweat back, dude. Maybe just more of a challenge that way.
Hmm, that's a good philosophy on it. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should put TV in my name and I'll get good for once.
Maybe, dude. Maybe that's the move there. But yeah, so Raise TV gonna go with a roadie for the Wisps here. Still 2 more picks that Bagels can use, 25 and 29. And actually now Genesis is on the clock, so I am back with our pick, and I actually have our pick ready to go. So I know Benji's working hard updating those roles, and Bubbly is working hard in the sheets. Give him a little breather, give a little bit of breather, settle things down a little bit. But I've got an idea. Jaegers is telling me. I actually got word of this like just before the draft. I joined there probably about 20 minutes before, and Jaegers is like, we got to get this guy. Jaeger's got a sleeper for the evolution org. So I've heard we got to watch out for this guy. I'm
Magic
selected.
pepperoni. I fucking knew
Magic,
it. I knew it. I just guessed.
pepperoni. There you go.
What the heck
That's a
kind of
good.
Oh
what?
my
Uh,
god.
you better watch out, dude. Watch out for magic
I was
pepperoni,
literally
dude.
you hit it right in the middle of me saying magic pepperoni. That's actually unreal. Oh my
That's a
goodness.
lit name. I need a lit name. I need stream. Come up with a lit name for me. I need something better than C Money.
Yeah.
Dude,
See money's
that's
no
like
more.
who was that one guy, dude? Jelly Belly Warlord.
Jelly Belly Warlord, dude.
I want to
Hoop
be like
Collector Man. Hoop Collector Man. That
I want to
was
be
the
the
guy last
next
season.
time like on stream. I just want Bagels to be pondering my name the next time on stream. You know, like a steel iron type of situation, or
Hmm.
one of those.
Stevie Fades.
Stevie Fades. Yeah,
Stevie Fades. There
I
you
need a
go.
good name.
He needs
Or
a
I
good
can
name.
do with
All right.
best idea I've ever had in Nemesis. The Dragon Org all changes their name to Pokemon that are Dragon type.
No, I'm not a fan of that. And
Oh
multiple people have
goodness.
said this, and no.
Bagels is shutting it down right here, right now.
I've
What was
just
what were you saying earlier or the other day?
That's exactly what I was saying. And I was
No,
gonna
no,
be
I know, but like, what was the Pokemon?
I was gonna be Drampa.
Yeah, that's just
What the heck is a Drampa, dude?
that's
I
what I
literally
said.
sent it in the chat that you can read that nobody else can. So
Yeah, all right, fair enough, fair enough. Well, maybe the stream can come up with a new name for C Money. We'll just have to see. We'll just
as
have to see.
Jackson,
Jackson off the board here for acceleration. I think is that their
nope, they
that is
got
going to be
That's their fourth pick.
that's their fourth. This is where we
I don't
wait,
gotta.
wait.
who
So
is
six.
Jackson.
What the heck? So their next. Oh my goodness.
This is where we're gonna have to get the dashes out.
All
Maybe
right,
Bubbly can do this. I got to put some dashes there, Bubbly. We need to do that for when they run out of picks, when their roster is full.
all right. So this
Yeah.
is where C Money type's not applicable.
Does that work or does that break their thing? Okay. Perfect. All right. I think Bubbly's got it. Perfect. All right. But Jackson is going to acceleration. That's going to round out their roster. So they have Cosme, Slays, Radio King, and Jackson on their team. And again, acceleration. They do be looking kind of scary out there. They do be looking kind of scary.
All right, I am kind of profiling here, but I really hope Jackson drives a truck.
Yeah.
That's just a country name.
That is definitely not a country name.
Jackson?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I feel like I
Hmm.
know a lot of Jacksons, and I grew up in the country, so
Hmm. That's
I
the
mean,
best. I don't know about that one. I've heard. Hmm. I feel like I feel like I have both. I feel like I've seen a lot of Jacksons that are definitely country, and then
maybe
hey,
Jacksons are.
I think it's more country. It's more country than not. I would say.
I think maybe Jacksons are just like extreme. So like you see a Jackson and you think, oh man, that guy's super country, or you see a Jackson, you think, I don't know, maybe he's super city or whatever. Like it's one or the other. You don't necessarily just think, oh, it's Jackson.
That is a strange predicament here. We're contemplating Jackson's name there. So, but he's going to acceleration. So, congratulations to him on getting drafted to acceleration. As now the pawns are on the clock. They're getting Vegeta here, who actually is muted in the Discord right now. Rest in peace. But
Oh my god. What? Put the man
he's
on
going
blast like that.
I was checking his roles there. I was checking his roles and I saw he's muted. We gotta get all the filler content we can get. C Money. This is a draft show. It's all about the filler content.
Well, I will
Um,
say that Vegeta always tends to get beat by a guy who literally doesn't even try. So that's his entire storyline for all the years of Dragon Ball that Vegeta's in.
I unfortunately have not watched Dragon Ball.
I
So
haven't either, but
for
it's just so
oh
it's so
you guys haven't
mainstream.
seen you haven't seen a single episode at all?
I watch Yu Gi Oh. Now that's a show. That's a show. That's a show right there. That's a banger show right there.
Back in my day, I used to get the VCR tapes from the library and rent them for $1.
Dude,
You
you
know, all
get
these kids, they got Netflix, they got streaming services. I went to the library to get my VCR tapes.
How
And
old is Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh 1999. It's as old as me. Goodness.
oh wow, I'm older than Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean Yu-Gi-Oh is years old.
I don't know if Psychonauts. I don't know if Psychonauts in chat, but I'm sure he got a few VCR tapes from his local library as well.
I definitely did.
I've seen some VCR tapes. I've seen some VCR tapes. I don't know if
You've
you use
seen them?
VCR tapes though. I've
never-
used them before too. I've used them before. I used them before. Back in the day. With the big glass TV. You know, it was just like thing was a brick. Thing was just a big giant square. And you just tap on the glass and it would just make the loudest sound ever. Maybe that was just me.
I did like to rub my hand, like rub a pillow
Whoa.
against one of those old TVs and then rub my hand over it.
Just shock the crap out of yourself.
No, you shock the crap out of somebody else with all the static
Oh, okay.
electricity you get from it.
I respect that. I respect that. That is in fact a move right there for sure. But we got some more picks. We got some more picks coming in here. As pawns, they're also selecting TRP Sharky. I think that rounds out. That is going to round out their picks for the draft. So they have an interesting roster. I don't know how you guys feel about this roster. Looking at the pawns right here, they got Cowtarded, TRP Sharky, Sugar, and Vegeta. And these guys are the runner-ups from season 3, trying to make it back to the grand finals. I don't know how you guys feel about this roster that Foam has resurrected here for season 4.
Hey, you want to do me a huge favor?
Oh,
Make sure you tell me when you're skipping people's draft picks, because I have them all typed out regardless if they have 7 or 1.
Ooh.
So
I see.
I totally just put young Jero there on acceleration in the scroll text.
Okay, forgive us, C Money. We'll try to keep you updated. But
Right.
anyways,
I'll
Bagels,
forgive
thoughts.
Bagels.
Thoughts on the
I was
pawns.
gonna say, they're leaving a lot of MMR on the table. 143 cap room still left. They didn't get a single player with 1100 MMR, which isn't everything, but
That's
you know.
true. I feel like though more so in novice you want to go for those higher MMR players as opposed to any other league. I feel like other leagues you might be able to find some sleepers, but I feel like novice. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of it backwards.
I mean, I think the cap room is definitely more advantageous to getting a few higher players this season for sure. In novice, especially, but interesting roster right there. And apparently, I'm the one who sniped Rhodey from the pawns. And I'm gonna be honest, if they're gonna try and trade me a 1000 player for Rhodey, that ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry. You should have picked up an 1100 if you really wanted Rhodey. You know.
Damn.
I hate to pull a con, but I might have to hold him hostage for a week or two.
Open Khan. Rest in peace, Khan. He's not dead. He's not dead. Sorry, I shouldn't say rest in peace like that. Khan is just. I was saying no. I was going to say no longer with us, but that's also not the best phrasing. Khan is just not in the league anymore.
That leaves it more open ended, though.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can we talk about this guy's username though?
Which one?
The new one, the one that just came in.
It's Lil NyQuil?
It's Lil NyQuil.
Lil NyQuil, dude.
Better have a top seller on SoundCloud.
Let's look him up.
Yeah. You might have to. We got a couple other picks. Egg Chapo's off the board. I heard some good things about Egg Chapo, or a lot of meme talk maybe about Egg Chapo. I was actually considering before Jaegers told me about this absolute snipe of maybe getting Egg Chapo there, and he's a low MMR snipe, but I think it's just the name, dude. Egg Chapo. I don't know if he's friends with people, but 936 MMR leaves a lot of room to build a stacked roster there.
Oh, that's a solid pickups, guys. That's what I'm talking about.
Anyways, back to the Egg Chapo thing. I did play a 6-mans with them, and for his MMR, he could hit his shots on occasion.
On occasion. I mean, 936.
Solid name.
936 MMR. So that's pretty much the bare minimum you can be for Nemesis. 935 MMR. A reminder: if you guys are new and you guys don't know about Nemesis, this is our league play draft for season 4, and there's still room to get involved for this season. We can always use more people to
Hey,
sign up
you
and fill
you
out the
skipped the
form.
Vikings pick.
No, the Whelps have 2 in a row.
That's not what anything says on anywhere.
Oh, never. Wait. Oh, Bubbly didn't cover it up. Blame Bubbly. Blame Bubbly. We'll scratch that. We'll scratch that. Thank you, C Money. I thought Bubbly filled it in, but I'm just. That's what happens when I'm. Oh, that's what happens when I'm trying to copy paste the PRF into the chat when I try to advertise. I type the wrong thing.
So who's
So
supposed to have 24 here? I'm confused.
okay, it's the Vikings. It's the Vikings. There
Okay.
we go.
All right, there we
We're
go.
good. Bubbly's blaming me. I had to advertise the PRF there. Sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me for advertising the PRF. But anyways, Vikings on the clock this time. For their pick, they got Hot Wheels and Nitrous Oxide on the board, and they have 2 picks remaining here. A lot of players still on the board. Yeah, I feel like we really haven't talked about the draftees on the board. We've kind of been things have been kind of rapid fire. We haven't even really got to look at these
Are
players.
we
It's
not
been
even gonna talk about the fact that Sky's just picked up Fiery Feta Gyro? Euro?
gyro. It's a
You're right.
gyro.
It could be Gyro or Hero. And
Mm.
actually, sad story. The local Hero place in my town just closed. Just fun fact. Except it's not that fun because people are losing their livelihoods. Just wanted to turn it dark for a second.
That is not fun. It's not fun. It's very sad, actually. That is very sad. Well,
Well, I will say it's Phoenix. You no longer have to be looking for a team, as you now have one.
okay, there we go. It's Phoenix. This guy was asking around. If anybody was active, it's this guy. He joined the. I saw him join the support channel, fill out a form, and then he was asking a bunch of questions to support right after he filled out the form. So I think this man and he was looking for tryouts too. So he got onto a team. So congratulations to him. He would make it on the board there for the Vikings.
This
As
is where you
now,
step in again, C-Money.
yes, Bagels is on the clock with the Wisps here.
Oh yeah, I do step in.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I would like to say that I have been around, but I have not been around lately. So all the new people, I kind of feel left out on this going into this season because I went home to see my family.
Aw.
Yeah, sure.
No, that was it. Just nothing else. I went home to see my family, and yeah.
Oh wait. There is something else. On the bright side,
Oh,
I got to see Seabiscuit.
okay.
I did in fact sleep on his bed for like 30 minutes.
Oh,
Dang,
that's
Yeah.
he
all.
kind of
That's all it took.
he must last pretty long then.
That's all it took. That's all it took for C Money there. And Seabiscuit. Interesting. We'll leave it at that. As Bagels is trying to fill up his roster here. They're gonna keep it on the straight and narrow here on the main channel. As
Oh,
Whisper
now
on
we
the
got to
clock.
keep it straight. Come on, it's 2021.
Oh gosh,
Got to
dang
be
it.
more
All right,
open-minded.
straight and crooked. And as the Wisps are now back on the clock here, Rhodey and Rays TV on the roster at the moment. He's got 2 picks for Bagels with 2043 MR remaining, and the pick is coming in. He's going Maya Kayaki. Oh, probably wrong. Probably
My
wrong.
key, my
My
hoop, my
Yeah.
gosh dang it. Gosh dang it.
Well, you
That's
said it that
OG.
way, so I
That's
had to
OG
keep it
YouTube.
going.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
OG
but
YouTube right there.
that's my bad there. I did say it that way. Well, hopefully we didn't butcher his name completely. But
Or her.
Micah Key, I don't know. Micah Key 99 going to the Wisp. Bagels, you're the one that drafted him. How do you pronounce his name right there?
I mean, I couldn't tell you. It's probably it could be Mikey Ike 99, or it could be some
Oh,
sort of Hawaiian
Oh,
pronunciation. Could be a
that's
Hawaiian
that's
pronunciation. I'm
that's
not
pretty
I'm not 100
that's
percent
pretty
sure.
that's pretty good, Mikey Ike. Okay, wait a minute. I think you might be onto something.
you know what we
That's
could
pretty good
do?
right there.
For the sake of all of our speech, we could just call him M99.
That's a cop out.
Yeah, cop outs are sometimes needed in situations like these.
I don't know. I think Mikey Ike works pretty well. Called Mikey for short. Mikey 99. Easy. There we go. We got him. Perfect there. So yeah, a couple picks also coming in. So Mikey Heike's going to the Wisps, and the Whelps are coming in selecting Shubs at 1,008 MMR. They still have a lot of room remaining. 1199 still on the board. They could snipe the top one there. Kevin Loves Abel at 1198 if they want to. So a lot of room for the Whelps on that one. And the Kiwis also making their pick here. They're coming in with High Fly. And they're I think this is another interesting story, Bengals, with High Fly, flying high.
Yeah, there was like 3. I think there's somebody in Prospect also. There was like 3 different flies, high flies, skies.
Oh, the snowy skies, liquid skies, just
There's like 4
skies.
different skies. There's 4 different skies and like 3 different flies. So I mean, you guys are really doing it to us. And in fact, our grand finals for last season's rival league had 2 players with the same name on it on different teams. So that was a great match to cast.
Proxy lows, proxy highs,
Proxy.
proxy new eyes.
Yeah, there was the 2 proxies, and then there was the 2 knights for last season's grand finals.
Oh, I
was
see.
just-
Pick 28
Yeah.
is not happening. On to pick
Oh, pick
29.
28's not happening, C Money. Get it out of here.
I,
Get it
I,
out of here.
I put not applicable.
Okay, perfect. Well, the Wisps are on the clock again. It's Bagels time. It's Bagels time with 954 MMR remaining.
So,
I can't pick anybody, so
what
Bagels.
are you cooking over there, Bagels?
Bagels, what have you done?
Gosh
do you
dang it. What do you mean you
What?
can't pick anybody?
I can't pick anybody.
Bagels.
Didn't
No,
we
I-
yell at a bunch of people for doing this last season, and now you're
Nope,
doing it?
there'll be
He-
a free
he's-
agent that
he
gets
has-
930 something MMR, and I'll pick
he
him
has-
up later.
As long as he didn't go below 935, he's technically good, but Bagels pulling out some sketchy maneuvers out here. I will say that. I will say that, Bagels. We got to keep our eyes on this man over here.
All right, so for
but-
pick number 29, no MMR.
Just let's delete that. No one saw anything there. Is now I had to put the Kiwis on the clock here once
You want to
again.
know what did see something though, since you deleted it?
Nope, no one saw anything.
My mod logs.
Nothing was seen. Chillin says I did the math wrong. Sorry, at Cook and Bagels. Chillin, the assistant GM wannabe. Well, maybe he is the assistant GM. I don't think yet.
No, there has not been a decision made yet.
He's trying his hardest to do what he has to do.
It might likely happen though.
Apparently, he was doing the math for Cook and Bagels, and he did the math wrong.
I knew it was going to be under Chillin. I know how to do math. I did it all before. I just knew.
You've done math before, Bagels?
Yeah, I've done math before.
Well
he has in fact done math before.
I'm surprised that somebody picked up that Phoenix guy when they didn't even fill out their whole roster yet. I don't know what the hell not the Tyler that's snooping on this call, but the GM
what the
Tyler.
heck? I didn't even see that.
Poseidon.
I don't know what Poseidon's doing with that Phoenix pick as his 3rd pick, but I mean, seeing as how nobody's really been picking up these 1100s, they just might stay for him to pick up as his 4th pick. So
he's got some room. He's got some room, and there are a lot of names on here. I've heard some pretty cracked players. We got Build from last season. Daduki 101's coming back. Forza Blade, I remember this name. Maybe we said it a lot, but I think he might have been last season. Pooms is back there. I'm trying to remember names from last season. I think those are all the ones I recognize from last season, but there are a lot of other solid players on the board. I heard some good stuff about physics there. Spectalus, I know Spectalus. He's an interesting character, that's for sure. He may also be in South Korea at the moment, but yeah, there's still a lot of people on the board out there to be picked up. Favre forever on the top there, still 1176. That could be a snipe too.
On the board.
Ignite picking up Build.
Wait, are we just gonna
Interesting.
skip over who the Kiwis picked? Because I totally read that and thought it said crackhead.
It's close. It's cracked.
Definitely
Cracked, but with an H
You just
instead of
gotta
a
put
C.
you gotta put some emphasis on it. You gotta be like cracked.
There's quite a few reactions on that player though, right there.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's a pickaxe.
I don't get that one, but the brick house, I get the brick house.
Okay.
Brick
Yeah.
house.
No, I don't think that's a.
It's a
I
10.
don't think that's what they were going with, Seamany. I think they're saying brick as in that's a dumb pick, but I could be wrong.
I think they were going for
There-
brick
there actually-
house.
There is a guy named Brick on my
There's
team.
no way they know what brick house is, Seamoney. There's no way. There's no way. Like 90% of the people in here, not even 90%. I don't even think there's 20%
No,
of the people in here that know what the hell you just referenced.
no, I have no idea what you're
Yeah.
referencing, and
See,
I'm almost as old as you guys.
Oh well, brick house.
It
just
it it,
just
it sounds
remember that.
vaguely familiar. I'm gonna have to look it up after this.
Pretty sure it was an ad. It was from an ad in the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But
it's
I'm not
it's definitely a
100% sure.
song, is what it is.
It's what?
Oh, I
It's
mean, yeah.
definitely a song.
Oh, okay. So C Money doesn't know what it is either. It's just
No,
bagels.
no, no. I'm saying
No.
it became popular from an ad or something, and then everybody was
Hmm.
just looking up the ad, and then they found
I
that
mean,
that it was a song.
Oh no. KN messed up too. He messed up his MMR as well. Oh.
he's still able to pick somebody up though, right?
He doesn't have enough cap room. He pulled a bagels.
He has the exact cap room as I do.
What the heck? Did you guys plan this?
954.
Did you plan this bagels?
As if I would consort with the likes of KN.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it!
Oh my goodness. It's getting a little bit hot in here. Some. Oof.
It's getting
Especially
hot in
especially when
here.
he decided to pick up Nemesis, the man who I recruited to the league. I'm the one who got
Oh,
the man behind the name in this
damn.
league, and this guy picks him up right before me.
Wow.
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but
Well, actually, we're getting down to it right here. There are a lot of people still on the board. Novice actually had our most draftees, so unfortunately, some of these people won't be getting drafted. But before you panic, we got one more pick to go before we see who before we put the whelps on the clock here for last pick. Even if you do not get drafted, you're still a free agent. And something I will say is that people tend to rotate out quite a bit. So I think in the first couple of days, people will figure out who's inactive and people will figure out who fits on the roster. So even if you are a free agent, I know there are a lot of solid free agents on here. The novice as well. Those players can actually sub in where necessary too. So free agents are also essentially subs for teams to play on for the season. So even if you don't get drafted here, you still a free agent. Don't panic. I almost guarantee you get picked up. There were a lot of people looking for novice league free agents last season. So have no fear. Have no fear. You will get picked up. As the whelps, Skies is waiting for it. He's just waiting for me to type the message as he selects the top one on the board. Kezin loves Abel at 1198, leaving himself with a one MMR point remaining there. As looks like all of our rosters are full except for the Wisps and Diffusion because Bagels and KN bad.
Big bad.
yeah.
All right, well, I'm making the Wyverns picks unofficially, so when it goes to Wyverns, don't expect me to say something.
You're making them unofficially.
Yeah,
Is that how that
I'm
is that how that
texting
works?
them to the boys.
Texting to the boys. All right, well, see money. He's making the picks there. So yeah, looking at this. Technically, we actually kind of sped through that draft. Maybe I should have waited a little bit longer to try to make it almost exactly an hour, but we're a little bit ahead of schedule. That's all right. We can talk a little bit for just a moment, and then we can move on to the prospect draft. But yeah, looking at these rosters, what are you guys' thoughts? What stands out to you out of these rosters here? Bagels, start with you. Out of all the rosters we have for novice league, what stands out?
I think it's gonna kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier with that diffusion and acceleration roster. Acceleration, the previous champions from season 3, but I mean, no offense to KN. I mean, as much as I like to talk bad about KN, but his org teams have done historically bad. But this could be Diffusion's time to shine with Nemesis kind of leading the charge. So I'm looking at Diffusion Acceleration as the front runners, and I'm not really seeing anybody that stands out here as it currently looks on the draft board. But who knows? The first few weeks underway, we could see some new names.
C-Money, what are your thoughts? I know you're a West guy here
Am
with the
I a West
Whelps,
guy?
but you're a West guy. You're a West guy now. On the on the Wyverns in the Western Conference. I want to talk about the East. Anyone stands out in the East? I know we talked about diffusion versus acceleration,
In the East,
mostly in the West. But anyone standing out in the East for you?
um,
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest. It was kind of hard to keep track, with all the typing.
I,
But
I,
I mean, there's definitely like some good picks, and what I'm more excited about, more so than who's got the best matchups and the best players, is I'm kind of excited to cast some of these games. I just can't wait
Mm.
to say some of these ridiculous names, like Cowtarded, Nitrous Oxide, like
Mikey Ike?
Mikey Ike, exactly.
Dude,
TRP
that's
Sharky,
gonna be a great name to
that,
pronounce
that,
on stream.
that,
That's
that
gonna
is
be a
pretty
great
good.
name.
That is
Young
pretty good.
That's
Jero,
better than
Egg
That's
Chapo.
better than Stevie Fades, dude. Egg Chapo and Mikey Ike going up against each other. Crack names.
What about Magic Pepperoni?
You know what? Okay, I will bring it to the Genesis roster for a moment. You might have the most balanced roster out of any of the teams on the board, actually. Now, whether or not that's going to work out for you, I don't know. But most balanced for sure.
Hey, I
Oh, there
mean,
we go. My rosters are updated. I can now officially make comments. They weren't
okay.
updating for me.
Oh goodness. Well, now you can see. Now you can see. We were talking about the East. We saw the West. We talked about the West. Anyone else standing out in the East here? I'm looking at Ignite. Might be looking kind of scary. There's Psycho and Sky Newbie with Build there, and Egg Chapo. That could be roster to watch out for. I know I'm a little bit biased, but Genesis. We were the Eastern Conference champions last season by one game over the Wisps. So I kind of look at my roster right now too. But see, what any thoughts? Thoughts on either the East or anything in the West there before we move on to prospect here in a second?
I mean, I've been kind of AFK for like 3 weeks, so going based off what I see, I'm kind of excited for what Kiwi's got. You know, I can't wait to announce that game. Oxy Drip, High Fly, and Cracked.
Oh my.
That is a roster. It's
That's
all about
what.
the names.
Yeah, that's all. That's all that's on my mind is the names. You guys pick good names, I'll give you a shout out. All right, that's how it's gonna work from now on.
Yo, Rocker Man, we got like however many minutes. You want to trade me one of those second rounds for prospect?
Well,
What do you
we
mean?
can't
You
trade him
have
any more
negative.
bagels. It's a 1 hour. We're inside the 1 hour before the draft window, so
You have
Oh,
negative
the draft order has to
47 minutes
stay.
to make that trade.
Oh well, yeah, we had to be 47 minutes ago. It was a good try though.
oh well, oh well.